Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'm excited to talk about the integration between Divi and FluentCRM. Now, we have the capacity to design our landing pages in Divi and connect it with FluentCRM. So I'm going to be showing this today, and also I have a special discount. So for those of you who haven't bought FluentCRM yet, if you buy FluentCRM using the link below, just for today, you get 30% off. Okay, 30% off just for today. So the link to that is in the video description below. All right, so if you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the video comments below. Larry, how you doing? Good to see you. And also, let's have a look. Okay, it looks like everything is fine. But if you can't hear me, or if you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the comments box. I'd appreciate that. All right, so as I mentioned, we are talking about the main feature, the integration between Divi and FluentCRM. This is going to allow us to send emails using our designs and also using the email opt-in module. So that is really, really cool. All right, so Elon says, sounds good, fantastic. All right, great. So it looks like everything is working okay. Let's not waste a lot of time now, and let's dive in and start taking a look at this new integration. Okay, so boom. Right, so right now I'm in my WordPress admin dashboard. So I have Divi installed, and I also have a FluentCRM installed. So you need to make sure that you're running the latest version of Divi, and you also need to update FluentCRM to get this integration. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, in order for this to work, the very first thing you need to do is to make sure you create either a tag or a list. Okay, so let's head over here to FluentCRM. We're going to come over here to the dashboard. Right, so over here now, let's first add a list. So let's call this list freebie. Okay, so we're going to call this freebie. I'm going to hit confirm. Okay, so you can either use a list or a tag. So it's one of the two, either list or tag, because ideally we want to use automations after people have signed up or subscribed to the mailing list. Okay, so we have freebie here as our list. Great. So once we have our list here now, the next step now is to create a page to add our form onto. So I'm going to open this in a new tab to make things easier for me. There we go. So over here now, so let's call this page freebie. Okay, use Divi Builder. Great. Okay, so we're going to build this from scratch. It's going to be a basic design. So let's go with 2 equal columns, and we are going to have our email opt-in on the right over here. So I'm going to search for my email opt-in. Here we go. All right, great. So I'm not really interested with all this text here. So let's get rid of all of this, because we are going to be designing this towards the end of this tutorial. So, and really make this landing page look nice. Okay, so make sure you stay on till the end. Okay, so now that we have our fields, we have our name. In fact, you know what? We're going to come over here to the fields, because we don't need the last name. Usually I like the first name and the email, but it's up to you how you want to do it. So I'm just going to leave the first name in there, and the email there is there. I mean, they have to have the email there. Okay, so now we're done with our fields. Let's come over here now to our email account. So this is where the integration is. So if I click now on this drop down, you're going to notice FluentCRM has been added. So I'm going to click on it here. And then over here now, we are going to select our list. But I can see here, we might need to refresh this. Okay, so let's call this freebie as the account. Okay, I'm going to hit submit. Right, so let's select our list. Now you can see our list has been added here, and a freebie is a part of them. Now, please ignore these two. I was just testing this first to make sure it was working okay. So I want that when people sign up onto this form, they get added to the freebie email list. So all I have to do now is to click on add. Okay, so that's done. That step is done. Okay, great. So the question is, okay, so now that this is connected with FluentCRM, when we add our emails here, where do they go? Okay, so this is very, very important. Where do these emails go? So it's important that you understand that they don't go into the WordPress database, okay? They go into the FluentCRM database. So there's a big difference there. Okay, these people that sign up here go into the database of FluentCRM, because remember, these databases are separate. FluentCRM has a database on its own. WordPress has a database on its own. Okay, so now that we've established that, the next step now, oops, you know what? Before I continue, please do me a favor. Can you like this live stream? Of course, if you like it, and also please do share it if you know anyone who's using FluentCRM, or even just share it in the group as well, the FluentCRM group. I'd really appreciate it, or any other Divi users. Okay, right. So now that we've established this, the next step now is to test and see if this is working. So I'm going to now save this page. So we're going to save it. And let's exit this. All right, so this is our form. I'm going to add my name in here and my email address. Okay, so I'm going to add my first name, Augustine, and my email, mac@funnelstoincome.com. Okay, so now I can hit subscribe. That's not Mac. What am I doing? All right, there we go. Mac@funnelstoincome. I'm going to hit subscribe. Okay, so there it's successful. Excellent. So now we need to see if this is really working. So I'm going to come back over here to the dashboard. Okay, and I can see now there has been a user added here. So let's confirm that this user is me. So I'm going to come over here to all contacts, and here we go, Augustine, mac@funnelstoincome.com. So as you can see, just like that, this is working okay. And if I come over here to the name or myself, I can see here that all my details are added in, and this looks okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to say, okay, now that the user has been added, what else can we do? Okay, so this is very important. What else can we do now that the user has been added? And this is where the power of FluentCRM comes in. So let me show you that. So over here now on FluentCRM, I'm just going to go to the dashboard here, and we want to create an automation. Okay, that's very important. So we're going to come over here to automation, and we're going to create a brand new automation. So this automation is for the freebies. So freebie subscribers. How about that? Okay. So this time, because we are using the tags or the CRM, we're going to come over here. So we want that when people are added to a specific list, then this automation runs. Okay, so I'm going to click here on continue. Right, so now we can choose the list, and you can see on the drop down it's showing it's freebie. Excellent. And now we're going to hit save settings. So what's going to happen now is when someone signs up onto our opt-in here, they are going to go to this email automation. Okay. So when they sign up here, you can decide what you want to do now. You can say, okay, let me send a first custom email. So we can call this, here is your freebie. Okay. And then you can just go in and write the email. So we can say hello at, this is where now the first name works. So we could say hello at first name. There we go, at first name. And then the contents of the email now can be, I'm just going to use lorem text here because I'm not patient and I don't type very fast. Okay, so this is your welcome emails, and also mentioning where the freebie is. And we can say, okay, you know what? We want to also add a button here. So let's add our button, and here we go. And then we could say download your freebie. How about that? Okay. And then of course you can link it over here. So we're going to add a blank link. And pretty much this is done. So save settings. Okay, so when they sign up, they're going to get sent an email, and also you can time this if you wanted to. So let's say you want to delay maybe a few minutes. So let's say 5 minutes. We can also specify here the minutes, save settings. So we can say after 5 minutes, do that. And also when they download, you can say, okay, you know what? I need to add a tag. So you can apply a tag here, and you can give this tag a name. And if you don't have the tag ready, you can click here on this plus button, and let's call this tag freebie downloaded. Okay. So now you're going to know if the person has downloaded or not, because they would have clicked on that button. Okay. So now I'm going to hit add. I'm going to save settings. So now we have the tag being applied after we've sent this custom email. Okay, so as you can see, you can really go crazy with this and add even more steps. And as you can see here, we can cancel automations. We can apply them to a list or a totally different list. We can remove them from a list. We can cancel sequences, add them to sequences. So this is the main power of this integration. And to be honest, this integration really took a while, and I was very, very impatient, but I was glad that this was released and it is working now. So I can see here we have quite a few questions. I am going to respond to some of these questions. Let's have a look. Okay. And by the way, if you have more questions, please ask your questions in the comments box below. So the question I have here from Ed Kennedy, he's saying there needs to be a double opt-in. Actually, Ed, I was actually speaking to Joel from FluentCRM. This is a feature that on his side, he said that he had implemented it, but perhaps maybe there were some issues with it. But it's something that is going to definitely come to this integration. The double opt-in is definitely going to be there, and it will be added. I was assured that it will be added. But for now, this is something that we can actually do and automate things as I've described in this live stream. Okay. Now there's something I also want to talk about here, and that is using tags. So in this example here, we used lists. So we created this list called freebie. Yeah. We can also create a list, we can also create tags. So this can be based on tags as well. So if I add a tag here, we have a freebie downloaded, but we can create a new tag. So let's call this freebie tag. Right. So on the form itself, in fact, there's a few more questions here. Is there a button that automatically adds a tag when clicked by the user? I believe I heard they released a magic button. Right. So there are ways where you can have, say, a button in your text or your email, and as soon as people click on that, they can be tagged as well. But right now, in this example, I'm just talking about the main integration between Divi and FluentCRM and how you can actually use this. Okay, but yes, if someone clicks a specific button, they can be tagged as well. Okay. All right, so I've clicked here. I've added here freebie tag. So back over here now, let's say we want to create our opt-in. Oops. I thought I was showing my screen. Let's enable Divi here and show you that tag. So I'm going to come back over here and let's go to our email accounts. Okay. So let's call this Mac tag. Can't even spell Mac. This is crazy. Right. Okay. So let's submit our account name. So over here now, you notice that you have now a tag. Okay, so we have the list that we had initially, and now we have a freebie downloaded and a freebie tag, which we just created. So now if I choose freebie tag and save this, yeah, and save this, we can now activate our funnel, our email automation funnel based on the tag and not the list. So this is also very cool because we have now different options of starting our email automation. And here we go. So we can say automations, click here to create a brand new one. And let's say tagged freebie. I know I'm using freebie a lot. All right, so we can now say tag applied, okay? And by the way, you can also use tag removed. So let's say a tag is removed, you can actually activate an email automation based on removing a tag, which is fantastic. But anyway, in this case, it's tag applied. I'm gonna hit continue. And now we can choose the tag, and this is the freebie tag, okay? And then now we can say save settings. Boom. So now when someone is tagged by entering their name into that opt-in box, this can trigger this automation. And as I mentioned before, this automation has a ton of things that you can do. You can cancel automations, you can add, remove tags, you can also add even more tags and so on and so forth. Okay, but I'll be doing more live streams showing you how to create all these automations and stuff, because this is actually really fun. You can see stats here, and once you activate it, you can actually see along here how this funnel is performing. Okay, so that is really, really cool. Okay, so now that we've covered that, this is where now you may be thinking, oh, I could just use any form for this. Yes, sure, you can. But for Divi now, you have a bit more flexibility, and you also have, if you already have Divi, you can design your opt-in page or your landing page the way you want. And you also have the opt-in in there. So this is really, really cool. You don't have to spend more money buying a separate form that allows this automation or this opt-in to work. Okay, so now let's go and design the landing page that we've just created. But before I continue, any questions so far? And please, guys, give this a thumbs up if you like what I'm showing. And also, please do share this live stream. Right. T-Town T-shirt says, what size thumbnails do you think are great on sites? To be honest, on thumbnails, I use 1280 by 720, but you have to make sure that they're highly compressed, because I mean the size of that file is optimized for web. Otherwise, you're going to have really, really big images, which will slow down your website. Okay, let's have a look here. Trying to see if there's any questions. Okay, no questions so far. It's all good. Okay, so let's move on now and let's design this landing page that we've just created. Because to be honest, it looks very ugly. Okay, that's the landing page. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a bit of design to this. So I need to go to my YouTube channel and find a video, because ideally I want to add a video on this opt-in page. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my YouTube channel and find a video there. Okay, just bear with me. In the meantime, please enter your questions if you have any questions you may want to ask me about this integration. Okay, so over here now, I am on my WordPress, on my YouTube channel. So let's add a video from here. So I'm just going to go with any video right now. So let's go with this one here. I'm going to copy the link. Now back over here, let's add our video, and I can just select this one here. Right, so now that I have my video, I could actually add my overlay here, and I have some images I can use for overlays, and I have this one right here. So let me add that one. Okay, so you can see here this button is massive. So let's go ahead and customize the button, and I also want to change the color. So let's make it white. Let's reduce the size. It's a bit too big. Right, so the overlay color, let's go ahead and customize this. Ideally, we want to just give this a bit of a transparency. There we go. That's looking great. Let's save that. Now we need some sort of design on this background here. So I'm going to go into my section settings here, go to the background. And what I'm going to do here is to add an image. So I'm going to click on the third tab. Right, on the third tab here, I'm going to click on this plus button and add my image. So I'm going to go with something sporty here. But as you can see, it doesn't look great because the background here is a bit too bright, and it's just clashing with my design here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a gradient. But before I do that, I'm going to come here to my image blend. And okay, which one can we use here? So let's go with lighten. Okay. So now that I have added lighten, so what I can do now is to come over here, add my color, and I'm going to add some transparency. So you see how I'm just adding a bit of transparency there so that my graphics here are pretty much okay against each other. Okay, so that's looking much better now. So let me make this a bit lighter. Now, if you want to be a bit more fancy with this, you can also add a gradient by coming over here. So it'll be showing on the top here, and then it grades down over here. Okay, so anyway, that's my background graphic. I'm going to save this, and then I'm also going to add a bit of spacing here on the top. So let's go with a 146, both to the top and the bottom. Now we also need to add a heading onto this. So we need to add a row, and we're going to add some text in this. Okay, so let's use our lorem text. All right, so over here now, I am going to paste my text, and I want to make sure this is heading 1 like that. Okay, so there we go. Next, I'm going to come over here to design, heading text, and make sure that it's centered. And I would like this all caps as well. And I'm going to add some letter spacing. There we go. So 4 pixels. Let's save that. And then I'm just going to drag this to the top like that. Okay, great. So right now we're starting to see this page starting to evolve, and that is great. Now over here on this opt-in, we can decide either to have nothing in the background here, or we can start adding color to this. So let's see what works. And sometimes you have to experiment with this to see what looks great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the background and I'm going to remove it. So now it's just the form itself. So we'll see how it looks. Let's continue with this design. Okay, so now that I've added my form, ideally I'd like this button to stand out. So I'm going to come over here and work on the button. So I'm going to activate use custom styles for button. Okay, and let's give this button a color. So our text color here can be white. Now let's give this a background color. There we go. So we got bright orange there, and people can really see that button there. Okay, so let's also add the border width. So now our design is pretty much complete. So what I think I need to do next here is to add a bit of a border around this form. Let's see how that works. So we're going to scroll all the way down here to border, and let's give this, say, 2 pixels. And then we are going to select our color. And I think I'm going to go with a gray, or yeah, let's go with a gray. There we go. So we want our form to be visible. We want people to be able to see this form. Okay. So I think that gray works fine. So now I can save this. So over here now, I also want to add some text, description text. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to copy a little bit of text here. But of course, in your case, you can use your own copy. Right, so let's look for our text module here. I'm going to replace this with our own text. That's great. We're going to save here. In fact, you know what? We may want to add a title here. So I'm just going to hit enter, and then this top text here is going to be a heading. So let's go with heading 2 and then save. Okay, and now all we have to do is to drag this above. And there we go. So that's our form, and that's our description text here. And we have a lot of space here. So let's remove that by just dragging it like that. So you know what? This doesn't look great. So let's add a bit of a border around here, or even a color. So I'm going to come over here to background. So we are now going to play around with some colors and see what's going to work. So obviously that's a bit too much. Okay. So let's go with a very, very subtle color for our opt-in. And I think that works. Okay. So that's pretty much our opt-in. And now we need to add a bit of padding here because it's a bit too much. Okay, that's slightly much better. All right, so as you can see, our page is really taking shape now, and I really like how it's looking like. That's looking great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this. Now, if you want to continue and add more elements to this, perhaps you want to add, say, testimonials, you can add another regular section here. And let's add a single column. And we can say text like that. And then we can call this section here testimonials like that. And then let's customize this by setting it over here on design text. We're going to change this to Poppins, and let's make it all caps. And we can also make this bold because we want this to really stand out. So let's increase the size a little bit to about, say, 22. And we can also add a bit of letter spacing like that. And then finally, let's center it like that. Okay, so now we can add our testimonials. So let's, so you can decide perhaps you want to add, say, 3. So let's search for our testimonial. There we go. So now we can go in and start working on this. So first of all, we have elements. So we can remove the quote. To be honest, I don't really like that quote over here. So let's get rid of that. And then we have our text here, which can be updated over here. So I'm going to highlight all this and use some dummy text. Okay, so we're going to use this text as our testimonial text. I'm going to paste it in here. And then name goes here. I'm just going to say, right, I have a message here from Jones saying, really enjoyed your video. You are not only introducing the features, you're also showing us how to design and make it nicer. Awesome. Thank you very much for that feedback. Appreciate it. Okay, so the author now, let's give the author a name. So, okay, this could be Mr. Mac. How about that? Okay, awesome. So now we need an image to go with this. Oh my goodness. Do I even have an image in here? Anyway, let's find out if we can add an image. To be honest, I can't see any images in here, so I'm just gonna add a random one here. But of course, you really need to add a proper image in here for this to work, okay? Right, so now I have my testimonial in here. So that's my first testimonial. That's looking great. Now over here as well, we need to add some padding. So let's go with 100. Usually it looks nicer both to the top and the bottom, okay? So let's duplicate this twice. And this is going to save us a lot of time designing this. Look at that. Awesome. Right, so all you have to do now is to go in and change the names in here. And of course, the images and the message. So that's our testimonial section. So far, this is looking really, really cool. Okay. We could also go in and change these colors because to be honest, I'm not a fan of the colors that we have here. So, or should we just leave it like this because we don't want to really waste a lot of time here, do we? Oops. Actually, you know what? Let's not waste too much time here. Okay, so I might need to come back and change this design here in the background. It's not looking nice. And to be honest, as a designer, these are the sort of decisions that you'll be doing as you're designing your page. I'm going to come back here and fix this once and for all. Okay, so we are going to change this. So let's remove this background color here. And we're now going to use the gradient. So the way we're going to use this is by having white at the top, and then it's going to fade down. In fact, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to have white at the top, and then for the second color, we're going to have transparency. Or we can have white, but we'll show a little bit at the bottom there. Do you see how it's showing up at the bottom? Yep. So we can either have it this way or we can reverse it and have the image showing at the top. And to do that, we can just add our white here and then let's reverse this. So now if we go to this color, now it's showing at the top. And to be honest, I think you can agree with me that this looks much better now. This design element here at the top and it's fading to white and then it just goes down like that as one seamless design. I think that looks much, much, much better. Okay. Now, what you can also do here is to adjust the position of the gradient if you wanted to. But to be honest, I think I am happy with that design. There we go. Right? Awesome. Okay, so that's our landing page here. So this testimonial here, I think you can see that the text is way there at the bottom. So we may want to bring it up a little bit because otherwise this gap here is going to be way too much. In fact, you know what? We may also want to bring this up just a little bit like that. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. Okay, so now I'm going to save that And this is looking much, much better. Okay, so you may be thinking, okay, Mac, if this is going to be an opt-in page, a landing page, why do we have this massive footer? Why do we have the header on there? So what we can do now is we can go in and create a template which removes the header and the footer. Not sure if you knew this, so let's go in and let's see. So first of all, I am going to exit here, the Visual Builder, because we need the name of the page, and the name of the page here is freebie. Do you see that? Okay, at the top there, that's the name of the page. And this is our opt-in page. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my design. In fact, you know what? Why don't we use this page that's already open? I'm going to come all the way down here to Divi and then go to Theme Builder. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a brand new template. So I'm going to click here on this plus button, and I'm going to now search for that specific page. Okay, so you come over here, you hover over a specific page, and then you select it and then create a template. Okay, so here we go. So this is the template right here. So all you have to do now is to either delete this header altogether, or you can just add, or just click on this eye icon. Okay, that should remove the header and footer on our landing page. So let's take a look now. Refresh this. There we go. So now we don't have a header and footer, and ideally this is how your opt-in page should look like. Otherwise, if you start adding headers and footers, it is going to distract people when they take a look at your page. Okay, so now this is pretty much how it looks like. But as you can see, the colors here don't look great. I think this looks much better if this was gray. And also for this design, we may want to add a bit of rounded corners here just to clean it up a little bit. But basically, this is our landing page, and now this is connected with FluentCRM. And what you may also want to do is to add a thank you page. So this is what I'm going to show you in a moment, how to add a thank you page, because ideally when people add their name and email here, they need to go to a confirmation page, a thank you page, where they're going to download their freebie. So let me show you how to create that thank you page. First of all, if you like what you're seeing so far, please give me a 1. If for some reason you don't like what's going on, please give me a 2. And it'll help also to explain why you don't like what I'm showing right now. So let me see your feedback. And if you have any questions, to be honest, please ask me your questions as we proceed with this. Okay. And if you haven't given this a thumbs up, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up as well. Right, so let's see your ones. Okay. Right, so the next step now is to create our thank you page. So over here, in my WordPress admin dashboard, I'm going to come over here to pages and click on add new. And we are going to call this page a thank you, or freebie thank you. If you have many items you're promoting on your site, you may want to add a different thank you pages. But since we only have one here, I'm just going to say a thank you. Okay. There we go. So again, we are going to use our Divi builder here. Okay, let's build this from scratch. So for this one here, let's add a blurb. And I'll show you, I'll explain why it's ideal to add a blurb here. So we could say, thank you. And then your thank you message goes in here. So, you know, I'm lazy with this, so I'm just going to copy a bit of text in here and just paste it like that. So I would like this centered, to be honest. So before I do that, I need to add my icon. So I'm going to come over here to image and icon, and let's add our icon here. So I need to look for a smiley face now. Do we even have smiley faces in here? Okay, let's add a check mark. I'm going to be lazy now. But we would also add an image, an icon as an image, and that could be done here as well. But you know what? I just want to save time here. Your time is precious. I know that. So now I'm going to come over here to design. So for my image and icon, I'm going to give this a color. And I'm also going to, use icon font size and make it slightly smaller. And then this text that we have here, I think it looks better if it's centered. So let's go to our text and center it. There we go. So that's looking great now. It's centered. I can see Jones giving me 3 thumbs up. Thanks a lot for that. I also have a thumbs up from and a smiley face from Solvay. I think I'm pronouncing that well. Solvay. Hopefully that's the right and one. Francisco, thank you very much as well for the feedback. Okay, awesome. Right, so now that I have this, I can further design this by just making my text bigger here. So let's do that quickly. Increase the size. Okay, so that's looking better. Okay, what we could also do here is we could add a button. So let's add a button. And this button here is going to be our call to action. So here is where you can add your button URL. So that's going to be our link. And let's open this in a new tab. And then over here for our alignment, I'm going to center it. And then I am going to now save that. Okay, fantastic. So over here now, let's give this a bit of padding. Let's go with 125. I'm going to click here on this little chain, and then that's going to be both for the top and the bottom. Ben says, I've been really getting frustrated today. The anchor link function won't work on my website build. Okay. We'll take a look at this in a moment. Okay, so here's our thank you page. So let's save this. And you know what we did before where we removed the header and footer? We could also do that. So I'm going to publish this page now. And let's exit the Visual Builder. Okay, so here's the thank you page. Yeah. And this will be our call to action. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to copy this URL. And this is our thank you page. So I'm going to come back to our dashboard. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go to our main landing page, which is here. Enable Visual Builder. Right. So now with our Visual Builder enabled, not sure why I need to restore this, but anyways, let's go into our email opt-in. And before I continue, you know what? I need to add those rounded corners because this is really bugging me. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and go to my border. Usually I go with 3. Just to clean up the sides there just a little bit. Yeah. And also that background, it's a bit too much. So let's add a bit of transparency to it. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Right. So my form is okay. Oops. And I meant to add my. Okay. So here, let's say download. And this is to download the freebie. Okay. Now we're going to come back over here to our email account. And what we need to do is, in fact, this is already connected. Let's go to our success action. And instead of displaying a message, let's now redirect them to a URL. And the URL is going to be our thank you page that we've just created. Okay. So now we can save that, save this page, exit the Visual Builder. Okay, so let's add our name here. So this time I'm going to say Mac because I've used Augustine. There we go. So I'm going to hit download and notice what happens. Now it takes me to the thank you page. And here is my call to action. I can then click here for my call to action. And if we've set up our automation, if we come over here now on FluentCRM, automations, our automation now will kickstart and start working. But of course, everything here is in draft mode. I haven't activated anything here, but this is how now your funnels will be triggered, and this is how things will start working. Okay, so let's go back to our dashboard here, and now you can see we have two contacts, and so we have Mac and Maketa and funnels to income. Okay, great. Okay, so as you can see, this is quite a long tutorial, I know, but this is how you would design your thank you page. And of course, you know what? Let's remove the header and the footer as well, just like how we did before. So let's go to Divi, theme builder, just in case you missed it. So we're going to click here on this plus button and specific page. We target our thank you page, create template, and then remove the header and the footer. We're going to save this. And now when we refresh our thank you page, all we have is just the message. Okay. Now on this thank you page, you can also have this message as a video. So you can actually go in detail and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about on the thank you page. Now, the reason why this is really, really important is the design aspect. If you can design around your opt-in, this is really awesome. And this is why I was really waiting patiently for this integration, because the design aspect of it is really, really important. And also, you don't have to buy a separate plugin to do your opt-ins. You can just use Divi natively. And this also works with Bloom. So Bloom also works with this as well. So if you want pop-ups, this will definitely work as well. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find out exactly what is happening with the double opt-in, because that will be really, really awesome, especially over here in Europe, where there's a few countries where it's mandatory to have double opt-ins. But this is one way you could do this. And also, before I forget, if you purchase FluentCRM using my link in the description below, I have a 30% discount, and this discount I was given by Joel from FluentCRM today. So this is only for today. The 30% discount is only for today. And not only that, you get a 30% discount, and you also have my marketing automation course. It's a course that teaches you how to use FluentCRM, and it also teaches you how to get up and running with email marketing automation. So that's really cool. And if you haven't bought Divi yet and you're on the fence, again, the link to that is in the video description below. If you purchase Divi, you also get my Divi course absolutely free. So these bonuses are free if you use the links in the video description below. All you have to do is to go to funnelstoincome.com after you've purchased, and click on the bottom right. There's a chat box there. If you click on that, send me your receipt number, and I'll give you access to the bonus courses. Okay, right. So the question now is, why go through all of this, right? Why are we going through all of this? So basically, the reason why you want to create beautiful landing pages and you want to create this basic system is because when you are designing websites for your clients, most cases, or this is what most people do, they design their websites basically as pretty websites which do not really give a result to the customer or the client. So the websites you need to start thinking about designing are websites which basically bring you results, and these results are either leads or sales. So with this landing page here, think about it this way. Say you're a freelance designer and you want to design a website for a fitness coach. The website should not just be a website where the fitness coach is talking about himself and basically that's about it. It needs to be something that brings leads. So the lead could start off with like in this case, it could be a free one-to-one coaching session, right? Enter your name and email address. So when they enter the name and email address as a free one-to-one coaching session, that's the lead, right? So these are the leads that will be going to the fitness instructor. So he can then go in detail after that one-to-one session and perhaps convince that customer to sign up for a bigger package. Okay, so these are the type of websites that really, really bring results. And to be honest, right now with what is happening with small businesses right now, they need solutions that work. So with this system here, especially with FluentCRM and Divi, you can now, in the email automation, after a few days perhaps, you can then send them some offers. These could be offers with discounts. Right? This is very, very powerful because these emails will be automated. In fact, let me show you quickly how you would do that. Okay. So back over here now, if I come over here to FluentCRM, I'm going to go to automations. Now these emails, once you implement them, they'll be running behind the scenes. You don't have to be doing this every single time. So these are the solutions you're bringing to small business owners. So over here, let's say tagged freebie, you can come over here and just click on it. So you could say as soon as they're tagged or as soon as they sign up, you could wait, say 2 days. 2 days, right? Save settings. And then you can send them a custom email. So this could be a free promotion. So you could say 20% discount. On blah, 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 blah. And then over here is the body of your email. And then once you're done with that, you can save. So as people are now entering your landing page, all these emails here that are going to be sent after they've filled in the form, everything else here is going to be automated. So you don't have to go in every single time and update this. It's automated. You set it up once and that's it. If I could tell you right now the amount of emails my website is sending out, it's absolutely insane. Every day emails are being sent out because I have now created a marketing machine using these tools that I'm showing you today. So how it works is, let's say someone buys a course on my website. I have automations. I'm going to give them an offer for another course or an offer for the lifetime deal. And if they don't take up on that, that's fine. I also have emails that also send them through my tutorials that I've done, my best performing tutorials. And through that as well, there is also other links to my affiliates. And you know what? The whole thing is just a machine. So this is why it's important that you create beautiful landing pages and also thank you pages and apply this system. Guaranteed, if you take this approach in your web design workflow, you are going to get very far as a freelance designer. Gone are the days of creating pretty websites which have the home, about us services, because these type of websites do not do anything. Okay, they don't do anything. It's all about sales and leads. Okay. Right. Any questions so far, guys? We might as well finalize this because how long have we been here on this live? Let's see. Almost an hour. Okay. So any questions so far? Okay, so I have a question here from, let me try and pronounce this. Msilikale. I hope that's correct. Okay, the question is, can you cover the prices for FluentCRM? Okay, let me just go to FluentCRM here. The pricing is actually quite good. I mean, I was really surprised with how cheap this is, because once you connect it with once you connect this with Amazon SES, the emails become so cheap, it's unbelievable. Okay, so let's say get FluentCRM now. Okay, so here we go. So here's how it goes. So for a single license, it's 129, and this is only for one domain, and this is for the whole year, right? Now they had FluentCRM had a promo where they were promoting the lifetime license, but of course that's gone now. The lifetime license is gone. So these are the options that we have. But when you look at this is $249 per year. And to be honest, applying a system like this on a client's website, definitely you need to be charging around the $2,000 US mark, or maybe I would say between $1,000 and $2,000 US mark. And you also incorporate this price as well in that price. Okay, but the license remains yours. So that way you're not losing anything. So you can imagine from 5 domains where you're charging, say, 200 and where you're charging about 1,000 or 2,000 per website, you can make your money back over here on this $249 easy. I mean, this $249 per year with all the plugin updates and 1 year priority support, trust me, this is well worth it. In fact, if you had customers already as a freelance designer, I would even go as far as going for the $499. And remember, you also have my 30% discount. So if you buy this today, you are going to have my 30% discount. So it's very, very important that you don't forget that. So that 30% is only for today. It's only for today. The link to that is in the video description below. Usually it's 20%. So I really asked FluentCRM if they could do us a favor and give us a 30% discount for all you guys. Just to reward you for your effort of being on my live stream. So hence the 30% discount. But this is how you need to be looking at it. Before, when it used to come to when it comes to software, I used to look at, oh wow, $490. That's a lot of money. Yes, it may seem like a lot of money, but you need to put this to use. Same applies with a Divi license. It's $249 for a lifetime license, guys. Lifetime license, $249. Oh, is it $289? I think it's $289. You can design as many websites as you want with that one license. I mean, designing one website will make all your money back. And not only that, if you use my affiliate link, if you don't know how to use Divi, you get a full course that teaches you how to design websites using Divi, and also going through the graphic design principles, because graphic design is also very important when it comes to designing websites. So it's a win-win situation. So anyway, guys, I don't want to take this any longer. I mean, thank you very much for tuning in. I know I'm supposed to get back to Ben. Ben, I would need to do a one-to-one with you, so you can show me what exactly you're trying to do, because right now it would be very difficult for me to try and replicate your problem on this live stream. And to be honest, I'm not even prepared for that. So that's why. So head over to funnelstoincome.com. There's a chat bubble. Send me your details there, and let's do a one-to-one. If I can, we could do it today, now, or we could do it tomorrow if you're available. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. And also don't forget to hit a thumbs up on this video as well. And I'm going to leave it up on my site. So if you were late, you can always go and watch the replay. All right, guys, have a good weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Oh, I've just noticed a question here from Sam. How is the email delivery success rate for Amazon SES? It is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So yes, go for it.